All right, so I'm a little bit nervous. I just spent $4,000 on hockey cards. What's going on, everybody? It's Jamie, and welcome to the channel Thrift on Fire. This video is going to be a bit unusual for me. I'm going to show you a buy that I just literally made. I just got home. I'm going to show you a raw clip here in a moment of just as I'm leaving after the buy, and I'm just telling you how I'm feeling. For the most part, I'm just going to show you what I picked up. You know, by the time I'm done editing this, I might have a few listings up. I'll throw some listeds up when I get that far. But for the most part, this is just going to be a show and tell. I've never spent this much money on one buy in one day before. So this is going to be interesting for me. Stick around and watch what happens. All right, so I'm a little bit nervous. I just spent $4,000 on hockey cards, basically hockey cards, baseball cards. There's some football and stuff, a lot of signatures, a lot of autos, okay, a lot of rookie cards, a lot of like 30s and stuff like that. Pretty interesting, honestly. We went back and forth a ton. This is the same guy that I bought all the baseballs from, all the pucks from. I initially told him I didn't really want the hockey cards, and then the last time I went there and bought some jerseys from him, he actually said, hey, I've kind of went through the cards, the ones that are like totally just junk. I shouldn't say junk, but just not worth selling online for sure. They're worth something to somebody. But he gave them, I think he gave them away to like his kids or something to take to school, or I don't know. He basically took them out of the equation. So when I went back to look, you know, he had stuff separated a lot better and I could see what was there. The tricky thing with a lot of cards that are unique and rare is you might see listed super high but not necessarily a bunch of solds. You know, I'm essentially paying for what I picked up here less than $1 a card. Some of these cards are going to be worth, you know, hundreds of dollars. Some of these cards are going to be worth $5, okay? I don't think there's any way that I can necessarily go wrong here. It's just how much time I want to put into it. And you know, with the comic book buy, when I did that, after a while I got burned out and didn't want to do it anymore. Do I think the same thing will happen with hockey cards? Yeah, probably. So I'm going to work towards, you know, the cards that I know that are more valuable, the signatures, the rookies. I'm going to see where I am after all that, because, you know, I've spent enough time with this guy. From 9 o'clock this morning, and it's 11:30 a.m. right now. I spent some time with him going through stuff, just kind of we could kind of see the prices. Then I had to explain to him too, you know, just because somebody wants $20 for this card, there's none sold, and there's a ton of stuff like that. But so I'm taking a pretty big risk, but overall, not really. It's just, when will I hit the break-even point? That's the big thing here. So, you know, if you follow along, you'll see me sell the top dollar cards, and you'll see kind of when I hit the break-even point. I'm going to track it as well, so I'm going to track to see when I get to the 4,000 mark. I also got a bunch of like signed photos from this guy that I'll have like authentication, a whole bunch, not a whole bunch, but like I think it's like a signed basketball, some other stuff he threw in. He threw in a bunch of like pop culture cards too, just to sweeten the deal. We're trying to get, you know, I was trying to pay the least I could, obviously, while still being what I thought was fair. And I think he had a certain dollar amount he needed to be to, and that's how we wound up at about $4,000. But yeah, when we get home, I'll kind of show you a little bit more of what it actually is. And yeah, I guess we'll go from there. Initially, when we went there today, I was looking at these cards. I got this one pulled out, actually. It's kind of cool. I'll show you that in a minute. I was looking at these two boxes, okay? He wanted somewhere between $3,000 to $5,000 for just these two boxes. You know, I quickly kind of we sat down and I showed him that that wasn't going to be the case. But, you know, I could work with him. So we went through a bunch here. I'll just kind of show you. I know like this somewhere in here, I think these are mostly stickers. I think these are mostly like auto cards, right? Yeah. Connor, somebody. We got Gary Roberts, Peter, I don't know who that guy is. Rick Lee. Okay, there's a lot of autographed cards in here. Bobby Braun, I should say. It doesn't matter. Okay, this is a cool one too. It's just a piece of the stick. There's some different ones in here. There's some pretty actually neat ones that are like one of one like that too. Or they're like two different players with two different pieces of stick. There are some baseball cards that are signed in here as well, okay? Not even going to attempt to tell you who all these people are, because I don't know. This is pretty cool. Some pretty good ones though, and for the most part, this is definitely the better stuff. Okay, so these were the boxes we looked at. you know, when push came to shove, he kind of was trying to sweeten the deal and brought this one out. We talked about it a little more. And I wound up saying, how about $1,000 a box? Like $3,000 total right here. And, you know, initially it didn't go over very well. You know, I just kind of explained the risk. And yes, you know, there's like some cool Centennial cards. There's a lot of cards in here that are probably $5 to $10 cards, and they're a lot tougher to sell, but there are enough cards in here that are worth a good amount of money, including somewhere in here, I don't know where it is. I'll try to find it at some point and throw in the video if I can. There's like a Mario Lemieux signature, and there's some pretty cool stuff, okay? So I was at $3 grand, and he was not having it, to be honest with you. And I did say, you know, I could tell you a couple places you go locally to auctions and try different things. But, you know, there's not too many people in this area that probably would even want to buy this stuff from you, including me. I was on the fence. Like, I did not want to overpay for this stuff because it's going to be a lot of work. And like I said, I probably will get burned out at some point. So this is all stuff he showed me before that I didn't want. This is not, I'll try to throw this up too. This is actually really cool. I'll open it up and take a few pictures for you guys. That's awesome. There's a signed basketball in here, okay? This is something that I turned down before that I did see. Whoops. Oh, I don't want to do that. There's a bunch of like signed, see if we can find somebody here. What's this? Okay, that's not a signed one. That's just a jumbo card. But there are some signed. Okay, so this is signed. What is this? Is it Gordie Howe? I think it's Gordie Howe. Yeah, and there's a C of A right there for this one. It's got everything in there. A bunch of this stuff. Originally I didn't want this. There's a whole set of these plus extras. The whole set of these I think is like $100. So he wanted an extra $4 grand for this, or at least merge it into all this, or an extra $1,000. I'm sorry, $4,000 total. I kind of hemmed and hawed, and finally said, you know what? I think I can do that. I think I can probably double up my money on this still. I don't know for sure. I don't know at what point I'll just be sick of it and try to just sell it all off to somebody else. I don't know. But I do think there's enough stuff here to make good money. Unfortunately, I can't show you every single card. I can't even show you, you know, necessarily, you know, if I list some today, I'll try to throw them up when I edit this video just so you can see the stuff that I have listed, because I'm going to try to list some of the better stuff. But I know there's enough stuff here because we spent a good 2.5, 3 hours looking through stuff just to make sure that it's actually worth it. You know, it wasn't worth what he wanted. He really, like I said, wanted $3,000 to $5,000 just for these 2 boxes. I really wanted to pay $3 grand for these 3 boxes, you know, and I got kind of suckered into taking this stuff for an extra $1,000, but at least I'm getting some valuable stuff for that money, and I do think I can sell it all over time as well. I'm overall really happy about this. I'm sure there are lots of people who think this is a bad buy. You can let me know in the comments if it's a bad buy or not. I'm obviously the guy who's got to do the work. I'm pretty sure it's not going to be a problem getting my money back because, you know, I'm basically into these cards $1 or less. If you were to count, you know, how many cards there are. Am I going to sell every card individually? Probably not. Honestly not. I'll probably wind up making lots of different things too. I don't really know yet. It's too new, but I did want to share this with you guys. I don't know. Let me know what you think down in the comments below. So that's it in a nutshell. Was it a good buy? I think so. I mean, I wouldn't have pulled the trigger on it if I didn't think it was. This guy definitely paid up and had some pretty good stuff. Like all the jerseys I ever bought from this guy were authentic. I didn't have any knockoff jerseys. They all had like the proper tags. The last jerseys, the soccer ones, have little tags up in the corner. All the hockey jerseys are well authentic. You know, no issues there. All the C of A's and the pucks and everything else I've bought in this guy have been all great. I've made money off all that other stuff. This is just high volume, okay? This is going to be a lot of work. Am I up for it? Yes, absolutely. Would you buy something like this? Let me know, like I said, down in the comments below. And unfortunately, I'm not going to show you a bunch of these, but if you're interested, I always link my eBay store down below. So just follow. I'll be listing these every day for quite some time. So if you're interested, what's in here, you know, just follow my eBay store and see what I'm listing, and you'll see a lot of these cards in probably over the next few 3 or 4 months. Thank you guys so much for watching. If you like videos like this, please give it a big thumbs up. If you're not subscribed to the channel, please consider subscribing for more content, and we'll see you soon.